Lewis Hamilton, Kevin Magnussen reveals Valtteri Bottas' inspiration to beat Brit. Magnussen has spoken openly about his frustration of constantly having to challenge for 7th place in Formula One races. Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull frequently occupy the top 6 positions with their far superior cars. And the Haas driver thinks his chances of earning a move to the leading teams are very slim. But his glimmer of hope stems from Bottas swapping Williams for the Silver Arrows in 2017. "My chances have definitely gone down because it's hard to come from this outside group and into the top," Magnussen told ESPN. "You see drivers like Nico Hülkenberg and other guys, still no podium and still in the midfield, great talents that never get the chance. I'm in that group now." But never say never, Valtteri Bottas showed you should never say never. Mark Webber also for a long time was fighting for a long time in the midfield and then got to the top. Jenson Button was the same, suddenly got a shot at the championship. Those things can happen, and that's the slight bit of hope you can hold on to in my position. Magnussen also explained why he is frustrated with constantly battling in the midfield. "If you'd told me that as a kid, Kevin, one day you'll be happy with 7th, I'd have killed myself. But that's the situation," he added. "It's just Formula One as it is in these days. Unless you're in one of the top 3 teams you can forget about podiums and wins. That's a bit sad." "We take pleasure in the races where we feel we've done the best we could. Hopefully one day we can celebrate a bit more properly. If one day we can get on the podium or a win, who knows. I have fought for championships before, in junior categories, and, in those scenarios, I was driving differently. But that's just the way it is, where we are." Next news: Verstappen, Leclerc and I are F1's new Hamilton and Vettel. Max Verstappen predicts that he and Charles Leclerc will play at Formula One's headlined rivalry in the years to come, as Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel have done in recent seasons. Both Verstappen and Leclerc have been tipped as future world champions after impressive results in their early careers. While Verstappen is F1's youngest Grand Prix starter and winner, Leclerc debuted on the grid this year on the back of a glittering junior career which featured title success in GP3 and Formula 2. Having impressed at Sauber in 2018, Leclerc will partner Vettel at Ferrari this year and is fancied to put the heat on his teammate and Hamilton in a title fight that Verstappen and Red Bull will hope a switch to Honda power gives them a say in. Entering his 5th F1 campaign, Verstappen says he has always been in position to challenge for honors, and does not expect that Leclerc's relative lack of experience will hold him back. Whether Leclerc has a chance at the world title depends on his car and the equipment, the Dutchman is quoted as telling Gazzetta dello Sport. "If it's good enough, he certainly has a chance. If I had a competitive car in my first year, I would have been able to compete directly for the championship. Age is not very important. If you have a good car you can always fight for it. I imagine we will be like Hamilton and Vettel in the future, because at some point the old generation will disappear." Next news: why Marco doesn't want Verstappen. Vettel Red Bull Dream Team. A superstar lineup of Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel might be a dream scenario for many a Red Bull fan, but the man who could make such a thing happen, Dr. Helmut Marko, says he would not enjoy having to manage the two drivers. Vettel led Red Bull to 4 consecutive double title triumphs between 2010 to 2013, winning the Drivers' Championship each year. Verstappen has long been seen as Red Bull's heir to Vettel, Marko having previously claimed that he wants to help the Dutchman beat Vettel's record as F1's youngest champion. He has 2 years to do so. MotoGP will see such a dream team pairing in 2019 with Marc Marquez and Jorge Lorenzo. 8 world titles between them set to team at Honda, and Marco concedes that a similar duo in F1 would be great for the fans, but perhaps not for team bosses. For outsiders, it's a stupendously good thing, Marco is quoted by motorsporttotal.com. Marquez and Lorenzo in a team too. As a team leader, I would not enjoy it. You have to make sure that you have a certain amount of competition in the team so that the drivers push each other, but it has to be productive. Marco devilishly added, the fact that Vettel and Red Bull are still connected was seen at the podium ceremony in Austria. He went to the podium with the king of Red Bull, without us having a contract for it. Next news: Ricciardo frustrated at failed Ferrari or Mercedes move. Daniel Ricciardo has revealed his frustration at the current market for driver transfers and a move to Mercedes or Ferrari that failed to materialize after he made the decision to leave Red Bull, as he believes they will once again be the two teams to beat in 2019. During the 2018 season, Ricciardo announced he would be leaving Red Bull in favor of Renault, despite the French team being viewed as a mid-table outfit. During an interview on Natalie Pinkham's In the Pink podcast, Ricciardo responded with regret when asked he was frustrated that he didn't get a move to one of the two elite teams. Yes, to answer it bluntly, the Australian said. At the end of the day, in the next 12 months I still think, and everybody would say this, that Mercedes and Ferrari are going to be the teams to beat. Maybe other teams could take a win here or there, but I think they're still the teams to be with short term. Last campaign Ricciardo won 2 out of the opening 6 races, meaning his stock was high, and he has admitted his surprise that no subsequent offers came in. Especially after the first 6 races, he responded when asked by Pinkham about whether he thought more options would be presented. I won 2 out of 6, so it was Seb, Vettel, Lewis and me who had 1-2 each. At that stage no one else was really touching us. I felt like my pull, so to speak, couldn't have been any higher. In a way, I did expect probably more out of that, and at the time I think rightly so. Ferrari shook up their driving lineup by replacing Kimi Räikkönen with Charles Leclerc, while Mercedes are one of the few teams who made no changes, with Valtteri Bottas being retained alongside Lewis Hamilton. In Ricciardo's opinion, that was a conservative move by the Silver Arrows. He's, Leclerc, a young up-and-coming prospect, and maybe that was part of their plan all along, regardless of what my results were and what his results were, he continued. With what Ferrari have done, I see it and I respect that because I've seen Red Bull do it, bringing the young kids through the program. In a way, I think it's about time. I guess the Mercedes one is probably a bit of a different situation. It's a slightly different dynamic with the path they've chosen. I guess for them it's more conservative, but I can't argue because it's worked. Lewis has won Drivers' Championships and the team has won Constructors' Championships, so in a way they've ticked all the boxes they need. Next news: Wolff, Hamilton and Schumacher are the best ever. Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff believes that Lewis Hamilton and Michael Schumacher are the 2 best drivers we have seen compete in Formula One, but thinks that the former's talent and achievements will only be fully recognized after he retires from the sport. In 2018, Hamilton won his 5th Drivers' Championship, which put him alongside Juan Manuel Fangio's tally, with the duo still 2 behind the record of 7 set by Schumacher. The Brit is still only 33 years old, making it possible for him to match or surpass Schumacher, and Wolff reckons those 2 are the benchmark for F1 drivers, even if Hamilton doesn't quite get the praise he deserves while currently competes. Lewis, in my opinion, along with Michael, are the best we have ever seen, Wolff told the National. We're only going to realize when he retires one day. We tend to never acknowledge somebody's great performance while it happens. We are always full of the types of people who retire or die. But they are never saying this guy is really unbelievable, we're alive to witness an exceptional performer. I think we should recognize that while we are still racing. Wolff and Hamilton have put together a supreme partnership, with Mercedes having won the last 5 Constructors' Championships. This season will be their 7th, and Wolff has revealed his admiration for how Hamilton has evolved over the years. The way he has developed as a human is exceptional, the Silver Arrows boss continued. He's become a strong pillar of winning with the team, which is rather unusual for a driver. Your driver is more complaining about the team than praising, and he praises. We have an environment of brutal honesty with each other. So, if things go wrong, we go into the meeting and we say, that was wrong, and that was wrong.